results.
The story of Bayonetta starts off simple. Bayonetta is going off of the rumor from Enzo about the eyes of the world, a MacGuffin that literally is fabled among, what is it? Umbran sages? Umbran witches and Lumen sages. So she goes to not Europe and literally gets into trouble. Along the way, she finds a little girl that looks suspiciously like herself.
Don't panic. I'm here. No need to worry about a thing.
Then she also runs into Luca.
Do you believe in fate?
Luca was going after Bayonetta because he suspects that she is responsible for his father's death, because as a young child, he literally saw her kill his dad, or appeared to kill his dad. She also runs into John, who literally tells her that she has hidden potential and still wants to see her true power. Basically, this game's Virgil.
Oh my god!
After a long road of miasming about with different kinds of bosses, Bayo finally finds what she's looking for, and her father basically says, yeah, we're literally going to combine and we're gonna like conquer the world. And she's like, I'm killing you.
Give me your money.
Now the question you're probably asking is, why Bayo? Now the story of me finally playing this franchise starts in 2025, when the Switch 2 was set to launch, and I was like, why would I even bother purchasing an overpriced upgraded Switch when I don't even have most games on the Switch 1? Like, to put it in perspective, the list of Switch 1 games that I still want to get are Fire Emblem Warriors, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Fire Emblem 3 Hopes, Luigi's Mansion 3, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Super Mario 3D World, plus Bowser's Fury, Donkey Kong Country Returns Tropical Freeze, Astral Chain, another Platinum game, Mario and Luigi Brothership, Mario Golf Super Rush, Mario Tennis Aces, and finally, Tears of the Kingdom. At the end of the day, I wanted more Switch games, and Bayonetta was the first series I started with. Unlike other hack and slashes made around the same time that have you only have one set of controls at a time and only able to switch between two weapons before having to go to the menu to switch them, Bayonetta's weapons work on an arm leg system. Let's say you're tired of using Scarborough Fair on both limbs. Then you can put the shotgun variant on the hands and SF on the legs. Or you want to get some action with the sword. So you put the sword on the hands because it's a hand-only weapon, and you put the shotguns on the legs. Or you want to get Odette a twirl. So you put the skates on the legs, because that one is leg only, and you put the bazookas on the hands. In essence, there are a lot of combinations you can play with in this game.
fuck are you doing? My brother died at the Battle of Hoover Dam. You're desecrating a war memorial. Oh, now it's on.
タブーが好き。クライマックスは
Non-stop climax action. Bayonetta.
絶頂感がぶっ続く。
Now, off the top of my head, Devil May Cry 3 was the only character action game that had any kind of time stop ability, unless you want to count whenever you stop time in Metal Gear Rising to cut someone into pieces, which is its own attack mode. The way it works in Bayonetta is that any attack can proc witch time, and depending how soon you dodge to the enemy attacking you can give you up to double the usual time inside of witch time. Literally, just dodge like all the time. Obviously, there are enemies that their attack animation kind of goads you into dodging and then hits you. I know at least like the ship boss does that, but there's usually no repercussions to dodging. Okay, let's get some more info about Bayo 1's enemies. Oh, Bloody Fate. Is that like original enemies made for the anime? Alright, let's check it out. Okay, it's just Bayo 1 enemies in the anime. Got it. Wait, is that... Oh no. Now, let's talk about collectibles. And this goes back to the whole, you can play them forever motto that Platinum has.
So, right here we have Platinum maintains its luster forever. If you didn't know, Platinum will never tarnish. It's one of the special properties of that metal, and we think our games will never tarnish. They will always stand up to the test of time. So, you can keep playing them forever.
Because I'm writing the script, checking out the Immortal Marionette, thinking that I need it for Ultra Hard Mode. And I'm checking the Bayo Wiki, and then I see it. The actual reason I get these stupid Umbran Tears of Blood. And in my around 88 hours on PC plus around 100 hours on Switch, I literally never got all the Tears of Blood. Honestly, I think I saw Eternal Testimony's requirements and went, when would I ever need to replenish magic when I could just taunt for it? Other accessories that aren't related to the tears. Like the before mentioned Immortal Marionette, which needs you to beat the game on easy/very easy mode, and this one I always forget. The Bracelet of Time, which is another Devil May Cry reference and requires you to get a total playtime of 3 hours or less in one playthrough. This one lets you activate Witch Time at any moment, as long as you have magic points.
Jubileus will be resurrected. We will become the eyes of the world, and a new universe will take over.
Bayonetta has great music. All the tracks are great, except for one, Everyone. Now what if I told you that this intro you're hearing right now is for an official remix of 1954's Fly Me to the Moon? Crazy work, they made this the literal second most steam you're gonna hear in the game. Yes, we did remix Fly Me to the Moon. Bayo's theme, Mysterious Destiny, is one of my top faves of the entire series. I honestly love that little riff or whatever that occurs around the start of the song.
This party's getting crazy. Let's rock.
This is how you know I'm a fake Bayonetta fan, because I swear Route 666 is one of the stages I've replayed the most for a platinum run, at least at Switch. And I see this song in the playlist from Outrun, the Sega arcade game, and I'm like, where does this play? Where does it even play? And it's the fucking start of the damn level. Speaking of Switch, something crazy that I found when I was taking a look at all the Bayo songs in my playlist, apparently I only have 2 songs and a remix from Bayonetta 2, which is just weird considering how many songs from the first game I loved. Like, I remember like literally in the jukebox for both games being like, oh yeah, I want to like, you know, get this song and this song and this song, and then it's like, that's all I have left. When I get to Bayo 2, I'm thinking 2050, near the heat death of the universe. I need to actually like re-listen to the game soundtrack. Yep, just like with Crash Bandicoot, I have the Nintendo Switch to thank for getting me into Bayonetta. Now, I got Bayo 2 and 3 from Facebook Marketplace. I have heard many horror stories about Facebook Marketplace. Thankfully, the only issue I had was that the offer was for all 3 games, yet I only got 2 and 3. The code that comes along with that 2 didn't actually work. But even then, the seller still offered to give me back a third of the money. So no harm, no foul. What are the differences between the PC version and the Switch version? Obviously less quality, as the Switch version is capped at 720p. There's also touchscreen control, so you can basically play it like a mobile game. There's also exclusive costumes on Wii U and Switch. Peach and Daisy from Super Mario, with Bowser limbs replacing the limbs of the Wicked Weaves. Samus, surprisingly not in her Zero Suit outfit, complete with literally nothing because those things are in Bayo 2, Lamau. And the last one, which is Link from Legend of Zelda. I always like this fun fact. First Platinum Games wanted to make Bayo have less noticeable cleavage for the top in Link's outfit. But when they showed it to Nintendo, they were like, can you actually give Bayo more cleavage? In a sort of, why wouldn't you make Bayo have cleavage? Which I think is so funny. Just Platinum wanting to simmer down on the fan service, and Nintendo is like, come on, we know this character would do this. Come on, you're kidding us. I noticed was that Bayo was automatically dashing to enemies while using the marionette. Initially, I thought it was because the item basically turned Bayo into a combo mad beast of a character, being able to do all this movement that only a tool-assisted speedrun could possibly match. But the weird thing was that the description of the item stated that it could only help Bayo with doing combos and dodging, even though whenever I use it, it feels like the dodge function will only activate if you're fighting only one enemy. It never said anything about allowing her to fly across the map whenever an enemy was too far away from her. So what's up with that? It turns out that there's a secret move that the OW transformation has that the game doesn't tell you about. If you double tap right bumper while targeting on an enemy, you will dash towards them just like Bayo does on easy mode. The only requirement is that you need the OW transformation and at least 2 orbs on the magic gauge each time you use it. But it is very reliable when you need to take out one of the more annoying flying enemies like those stupid manta rays, or you just need to line yourself up correctly to an aerial enemy. Now, before I played the game, John was just Bayonetta's Virgil to me. The character action game rival that can basically do everything you can do, but better, and sometimes cooler, and then also do moves that you cannot do. You see her at the start of the game, and it's like, okay, you have a big hat, alright, who cares? I love the part where John trolls Bayo at the start of the second chapter, because for the start of it, Bayo just seems so done dealing with John. Like, whatever. You got a bike? You into BMX? Who cares?
I've been high and dry for 20 years now. The only rust on me is from the lack of any real challenge. Perhaps you're up for the task. You've already disappointed me.
And then she steals your necklace, and it's like, oh, this bitch is a lot more formidable than previously recorded. Fuck. I think it was during the final Bayo versus John fight where she shows up in her Umbra outfit. That's when I realized that I might like this character more than Bayo. Think about it. Platinum Games has a character that shows up in a platinum bodysuit which reflects light all the goddamn time. Added by the fact that this fight, to me, is one of the best fights, not only in Bayo 1, but the entire series. This fucking level. Let's go back in the past. Bayo gets taken by Father Botter into the rocket, and the rocket blasts off. The game is telling you that the train is already leaving the station. No one's gonna be able to board that. Who is even left to save Bayonetta? Saracen is catching a flight. It's the bottom of the night for Rodon. Luca is buildering, and Enzo's in NASCAR. John comes out of nowhere, gets on her bike, jumps off of multiple enemies, and gets on the rocket while it's already in the stratosphere. And the first bit of level is just
reclaim my Umbran sister. Theresa, wake up! John?
you get Bayo back, and John gives a bit of her power. And all you have to do now is just beat God. Like, literal God. When Smash Ultimate came out, and they all had those tier lists that were like,
who has beaten a godlike entity?
Yeah, this game is why Bayo gets to sit next to Kirby at the I have killed a god before table. And this fight is fucked, but in a good way. You start it and you're like, wait, I didn't get any of my health back. Whatever John had before switching is what I have. And you would be right. Jubileus has a bunch of moves. Actually just punching you, shooting out strands of her hair that they themselves shoot up projectiles depending on what element they decide to be. She can shoot out another elemental attack. These stupid motherfuckers that show up and have a dash attack that attacks at the worst goddamn time every time. She can throw out projectiles that turn you into a child, which sucks. But nothing is as bad as the black hole move. This fucking move, you'll have the greatest pure platinum run of your entire existence. And then you get hit by this and it's over. All that time into the garbage. I still remember when I beat this level first time on Switch. Hey, what happens if she hits Earth? Will I have to do the final part of the boss fight again? Fuck no. You have to, if you're going for platinum, do the entire level again. Idiot. So I do the entire level again, but better because I know all the tricks and I'm super awesome. And then I get hit with the black hole move and I got fucking pissed. I was locked in. I think I did this at like 3, 4 a.m. doing everything. And after finally sending her ass to his son, I'm watching the final cutscene. And when the credits start, I'm just sitting there with my controller still in my hands. Because I know that Devil May Cry Bayonetta cannot be trusted with credit sequences. They know that one of the only ways to make most people actually sit through credits is to be like, hey, you better do this shit good, or you're doing the entire final boss fight all over again. Again.